Nothing was different. I suppose speculation comes in any industry, whether it's sport or business, but I think everyone knows that I'm committed to the Giants for the rest of the year, and the club are committed to me as well, which is pleasing because all the boys are doing such a good job at the moment, and let's hope that we can continue to have a good year.
So I think it's the best start you've got off to in Super League Huddersfield. It's a nice start, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good. It's pleasing. We've had lots of younger players play, and our older experienced players are doing well. So everyone's contributing. It's not, we're not relying on any one individual or any one side of the field. It's sort of been a team effort, and generally anybody that's playing's contributing well, which is pleasing.
And last week, David Falongo came back maybe a week earlier than expected, but good solid performance from him, was it?
He did well, Dave. He did what we would hope and what we would expect, and more importantly, he pulled up good after the game. And I'm sure the more Dave plays, the more time he plays, the better he'll get.
I know Jacob Fairbank got a slight injury leading up to the game. How's he looking for this weekend?
He's improving. We're not 100% sure whether he'll be right to play this week or not, but we don't want to risk him until he is right. But we know when he is right, he'll be there and ready to go. But it may be this week, it may be another week. We're not sure yet.
And how about Keith Mason? I know he's had a niggling injury, but is he on the mend now?
Yeah, Keith's 100% fit now too. He had to get his knee drained actually last week and get a bit of an injection of that, but he's trained today and trained great, so it's another good experienced player that's available for selection now too, which is pleasing.
And Hull KR then, what have you made to their start so far?
Yeah, they've definitely they've got a new coach, a lot of new players, and they've made some real changes to the way they attack. They've got some personnel now that, in particular in their forwards, that got good feet and quite creative with the ball. They used to play a very structured style of footy, where now they're playing an unstructured style of footy, and the last style suited the personnel they had. They've had some personnel change now. They've got some really, really good natural players, and Craig Hall going to 5'8" added to that. Shannon McDonald at fullback. All their recruits or positional changes they've done definitely seem to suit what they're trying to achieve when they've got the ball. So I think from a defensive point of view, I think we'll get challenged this way a lot.
And another week and another team full of a couple of ex-Giants as well. It seems every week you're coming up against obviously Graham Horne and David Hodgson this weekend.
Yeah, Dave Hodge was a good servant here for a long time, and Horney had 2 years here and contributed a lot as well. And you always wish the guys all the best when they move on, and they both help this club. Dave had a big impact on especially our young outside backs. He's here for 5 or 6 years, Dave, and he's a good experienced player. And Horney travelled all the way over for 2 years and again did a great job for us.
And Michael Dobson, obviously, he's going to be a key. He's back fully fit, which is good to see. You want to see these players playing, but he's a top player, isn't he? He's
a very good player, but it used to be the case if you shut him down, you'd shut the whole KR down. But as I said, they've got some different personnel now, and if you do shut Dobson down, they've got some good natural players in other positions now, other say than just in the halves. So they're a very different team now, and it used to be a matter of if you shut Dobbo down and one or two others, it was okay, but they've got a lot more natural players playing in their team now, which made them a much more difficult proposition to defend.
And I guess you can't be going into this game with too much more confidence, really, with the recent wins under your belt.
I mean, we'd like to think we can enter any game confident-wise, but you got to play well, and you got to be committed and work hard. That's the key. It doesn't matter whether you're playing a team down the bottom or a team at the top, because Hull KR are on 5 points, but I think they'd agree that they've probably performed better in some periods of games, and they'd probably look at 1 or 2 games and they could quite easily be on 9 points. And which if they were sitting on 9, everyone would be singing a different tune about them. But we should feel confident, should feel good about ourselves, but we've got to respect the opposition and we've got to play well. If we don't play well, you're going to get beat.